Hi everyone, happy Thursday, happy Jupiter day. I wanted to create a short video for you just to talk a little bit more about creating bigger goals this year. So like our laundry analogy, I wanted to speak a little bit about creative visualization, manifestation, and action steps that can take you closer to your big goals for 2023. Now, like laundry, it's something that we are just so used to doing these days. It's not even anything we have to think about anymore. But I also want to underline that it's easy to figure this out, this kind of like easefulness or easiness about something that's so simple as laundry, but we can port this information to our bigger goals that seem a little bit more challenging in a way. We don't really know how they're going to come about, but we know that we want them very badly. So I'm going to use an example of buying a house. Now, this may be a big goal for you this year, or perhaps it's something else. Maybe it's a new car, or maybe it's a new relationship, or moving, or something that seems like it can be a little bit out there, not really sure how to make it come true for you, or bringing it closer to your life this year. And using creative visualization, we can really manifest. And I don't say that lightly, it really does work. Our emotions are the language of the universe. So we can bring about these big goals for 2023 quite easily if we focus on the micro steps and also the feeling behind these steps. So step one, let's first talk about buying a house. And this may not be your goal, but we're going to use this analogy because it's a fairly simple way of talking about the bigger picture. So I want you to, whatever goals these are for you, first start off just doing a brainstorm of everything that you want to bring into your life in 2023. And if there's any specific thing that really calls out to you what you want to focus on, pick that. And for this example, buying a house, we're going to start with the end result. So what does that end result look like to you? Really taking the time to sit and imagine what this beautiful new home looks like. How many rooms does it have? What is the colors of the kitchen or the bedrooms or the bathrooms? What is that feeling you get when you're inside of your new home? The emphasis on feeling is important. It's part of what that magic and that secret sauce is to get this goal to its fruition. So whatever it is for you, I really want you to focus on feeling into it, why it's important to you. If you're not really quite sure why, perhaps journaling a little bit to get to that inner why can be really helpful. So now that you've had some time to visualize and really feel into it, I want you to get as detailed as you can, taking it out of your head, going into your heart, and then going on paper. Now, this is super important to write all of this down because it's one thing to dream, but to actually have a goal, you have to write it down. And there are many people that talk about SMART goals, things that are measurable, all of those things. Yes, that's important too, but this piece and what I like to talk about is really the feeling behind it and why it's important to you. Again, that language is something that emotion of language is how the universe works. So now that you have the end result, we're going to look at all of the steps it takes to get to that end result. So then start to visualize and brainstorm what are all of the pieces that you need to do to make the house happen. Maybe it's looking at loan options. Perhaps it's looking at different areas. What is the price range? What are all the different things? Start to write all of that down. What are all of those action steps that you need to do to bring about this house? Finding a realtor, all of those little things, and just writing it down. And so whatever goal it is, just having that option. You have your big goal, you visualize, and then what are the action steps? Now we're going to take it one step further, and we're going to break down each of these action steps into micro steps. And the micro steps really is where the magic happens. So let's take example of getting a loan. So the micro step of getting a loan would be what? Looking at your credit report. Let's see if there are anything that's in there that's wrong or incorrect. So you have a little bit more of an understanding of where you're at credit-wise. Maybe it's finding a realtor. So it's taking the time to reference and research who are the people in your community that you want to work with. So all of these little micro steps, writing all of the subsets down, those are really important. And then keying into the emotion about all of that too. Is there any emotion that's coming up for you? Is there fear? Is there worry? Is there anxiety? Just getting really curious about why. Because maybe there's some pieces in there around not feeling worthy of buying a house, or not feeling like you have everything together for whatever reason that is. There are so many different pieces to it that could be ultimately mindset and not based in reality. So thinking about it from a broader perspective and a goal setting perspective, what is that big goal for the year that you want to create? What are all of those action steps that you need to do to make this goal a reality? And then lastly, what are those subsets, so those micro steps that you need to do the action steps to make that goal happen? And then ultimately really feeling into it. If any of these micro steps don't feel in alignment, just notate that and wonder why. Getting curious is really also how we go about creating this beautiful new dream. And I am going to talk a little bit more about this on Sunday. I hope this video was helpful for you and inspiring in one way or another to really go after some bigger transformational dreams for yourself in 2023. I know I have some big dreams too, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Sending you so much love. Have a beautiful day.